Alright, we're here, we're back with another video because I'm having video fun. My camera quit again. I don't know, I had YouTube problems trying to get videos uploaded and downloaded and I don't know, sideways loaded. I don't know, now I'm back to having camera problems. Sorry about that. So we're putting this shock on. I put this adapter in here. It just slides in the old hole, bolts on from the back. And it has a lock washer, which is great. Anyhow, that's on there. If you didn't see that, you have to watch the last show. Just putting that in there. It doesn't matter. We can do it later, but yeah, I said later. But anyway, that goes on there. I don't know if you can see the bottom. I don't know. I put the bottom on first. It must be trouble. So it uses a shoulder bolt. You can't just use any bolt. Why would you? Instead, they have this fancy shoulder bolt on here. See, like that. That fits in the bottom, so it's smooth. We'll put some Darren 67 to 72 anti-seize on it, which is just a mix of leftover greases that I clean out of the bottom of the tubes when I'm done. Yeah, that's on some other videos. You don't want to hear that again. Put that right there. We'll put that over there. We don't need that. Alright, got that greasy so you can get it all over your clothes. Alright, anyway. Simple, easy. Oh, nope, it's gonna be simple and easy. Make me look stupid on camera again. Nope, went right in there. This came with a flat washer and a lock washer and a nut. Now, an argument about lock washers working or not working, I have a problem with this setup because the lock washer was designed to gouge into the nut and keep it from coming off. That's why it's that in the way that it's bent. Not the opposite way that it wouldn't work. So it gouges a little bit into the nut and that keeps it from backing out. And the other side of it gouges into the material that it's against so that that's stationary. If you put a flat washer in there, now your nut is gouged slightly onto the lock washer. The lock washer is gouged slightly onto the flat washer, and the flat washer is not gouged on anything, so it can come loose. I don't think that's the best setup. So there's my support of lock washers and their. Somebody says they don't work. Well, they do if you use them properly. But this is the way it came off, and I'm going to put it back the way it was. GM designed it that way for a reason. That doesn't mean it's the right reason, but they did it. I can't do everything my way, because eventually my way would be wrong, and then what? That wouldn't be good. Even when I think I know everything, I know I don't know everything. When I was 12, I think I knew everything. But I ain't that smart anymore. Before I tighten that down. Did I ever tell you guys I'm not a mechanic? Yeah, you probably figured that out by now. Should I grease that one too? Yeah, it's metal on metal. Might as well. This takes a second. Take a minute. Alright. Yeah, I know, my hand's not a hammer, but this is light work. So we have the same conglomeration from this company. The flat washer, the lock washer, and the nut. I don't know. It's the way they want it. It's the way I'm going to do it. Let's see if I have every wrench I'm supposed to. You know, if I'm prepared. Look at me go. Like I knew what I was doing. No, I don't. Alright, we'll do this later. Now again with the laters. I guess you're going to watch me do it now rather than later. Ooh, I got a torque spec. I think it's 55 pounds. I'm going to do 65. Yep, right there, 65. Bottom two, I don't know, look up your torque specs. Make sure you do everything exactly that torque specs. Okay, whatever. Now, I know these aren't the shocks that are going to be on this or in the end. I know Tom was interested. No, why was that tight? Shouldn't be tighter. He wants some different shocks on here. I don't. Why does the guy do this while I'm on camera? I got like, I know you can't see it. You're just watching me work. I got like a 1/4 inch or more to go and it's tight already. That can't be. I have to come back apart. I swear I had it in there once. I'll bet that back shoulder isn't going in. What do I do? What do you do now? It's not the right hammer, is it? I should be using the right hammer. God, nobody's watching. Yep, you guys are watching. Somebody's screaming at me, don't do that. Well, you can get away with some of this sometimes. I'll loosen up a little more. I'm sure that shoulder, because I put the top shock in and already tightened it, that the shoulder of that bolt is hitting on the far side. And it's just not letting it go through. All right, a couple more taps. And if I don't do it, I don't think that's going to do it. Yep, I'll do that later. Always later. Okay, I got more for you though. A little bit more. Let's come back here to the fuel system. So today when I was talking to Tom about his truck, he brought me over some parts and pieces and stuff. And all that stuff was this fuel system. It came with the 6-liter engine that's going in this from a wrecked vehicle. And as much as I like it, I don't. I mean, everything's junk, you know how I am. But he's using this filter system, which, again, a lot of people use it. That's fine. It's really fine. I believe it has a pressure regulator in it, like the old Corvette things they talk about. But what's more important is how it works. It uses the in, the out, and the return back here by the fuel tank. So you're getting your circulation from your fuel tank here at your filter. I'm hoping it filters it before it goes back in the tank, but either way. The line that goes from the filter to the engine is deadheaded, meaning that it has a constant pressure, which is probably appropriate for the motor, don't get me wrong. But this fuel is stale. What I mean by stale is it's not constantly moving. We never had this issue with original true 100% gasoline, but now when we run the ethanol blends, it'll vaporize and cause vapor lock, basically. Or in the case of this vehicle, would probably just give you a lack of power. And I'm probably completely exaggerating and it doesn't happen. But believe me, it happens. Again, not a bad system, it's just not what I prefer. I prefer it to run all the way to the engine, use the fuel necessary, and return what's left over. It keeps a constant flow of cool fuel, and it works. Oh, I don't have to show you. So, I'd like to use this drop-in fuel pump in this tank, but this tank has a much smaller sending unit than this one, so it won't fit in there. I might do another video with it, I might show you later, I might not. But I believe I'm going to take this out and cut the tube off of that one and mount it like this one. So I'm going to take this one and make that one, I think you understand. But that'll be our fuel trouble for later. You know, return and breather and all that stuff. All right, what else we got going on? Oh, while we're here, can I show you? Can you see? I'll get you real close to this tire, maybe you can see. So this is the part I've been working on for, it seems like months. Maybe over here you can see. I don't know, everything, everything's black in here. Black on black with no light. I don't know, I guess I gotta move you down. This is worth seeing. Hang on, this is worth it. All right, down in here, we've got, my adapter's finally done. Can you believe it? It's done, I did it. Got my U-bolt in, I had to hit on it with the appropriate hammer, and that still knocked the paint off it. But this is my new adapter that hooks up to the, no, I forgot what that's called, not the drag length, not the torsion bar. I don't know right now, I can't think. But the bar that keeps the rear end straight. Got it all hooked up, all painted, all fit on, the U-bolt went in, track bar, I knew I'd remember it. So all we gotta do now is put this plate all the way on the bottom for our shock. This is a new shock relocation. Let's see if I can do that while you're here. You can watch me do it. See how hard this is going to be. See if I can get my head in your way. No, I think we got it. It goes, I know, you can't see it. I can't see it. I don't want to see it. I just want it to go on there. Now I grabbed a couple of washers, and I didn't bore you with this, but them washers will not fit on there. This is a washerless system. It was originally a washerless system because you have that large plate on the bottom. And that nut will tighten up against the plate, and then the plate works as a washer. Don't need washers on everything. I know, I can't see it either. Don't need to. I can feel it. It's going on there. I'm going to put shocks in the back of this one of these days. Where's the other nut? Did you see it? Did I lose it? Nope, right here. This is the front of that U-bolt. Now I can talk about anything. We can worry about everything. But I'll lay underneath this later because it'll bother me. You want to try to get the same amount of turns, not necessarily count them, but count the threads of this U-bolt, how much stick out, or how many threads are left before it sticks out in this case, and try and clamp that evenly with the nuts being the same amount up that U-bolt. So that's on there. I got the right size socket right there. I'll tighten that up. You guessed it. Later. We got her together though. I got the weight off the jack. Look at this. It's all together. Probably should do that till I tighten it. Yeah, I'll leave that pressure on there just to get that U-bolt nice and snug down in there. So that's accomplished. That's behind us. One more thing before I let you go. Back over to the bench. You want to walk with me? We're just walking around the shop anyway. I haven't tripped yet. Alright, over here on this bench, I'm making a tool. Now, some might say I am a tool. But, I don't know. Get this dang tripod. I wish I had my wood one back. Didn't you guys remember my wood one? I miss it. I shouldn't have ever burned it. Here's the tool we're making. This could be kind of fun. I might even weld it. I'm going to weld it. So this nut right here, hard to see. This goes in that differential. And I mean in it. It's recessed like in a hole. And what you have to do is hold that nut still while you take an Allen wrench. And on the inside of that nut is an Allen wrench that holds pressure on the bearings inside the differential. And then this nut has to be tightened on this Allen wrench, which you can't do because it won't go in the hole. So you gotta, I don't know, I'm gonna take a old socket. I keep buckets of old sockets around. They're junk, mismatched crap I've kept through the years. Yep, I said they're junk, they are. You take one of them sockets that you found that you've been saving, and it fits right on that nut. And guess what? It's got a hole in the middle so you can put that Allen wrench in there and make my proper adjustment. The problem is there's no way to tighten this down because I can't put a, I'm sure they make one. I can't put my socket wrench on there. So I'm going to take this nut and weld onto that socket. Then I can make my adjustment and tighten down the nut, the inside nut, with this nut welded to that socket. You guys follow me on that? I just clamp this in the vise, weld her up, and I'll have me one of them fancy adjustment tools. I'll put in the glove box of the truck when it's done, so if anybody ever needs it, they'll have it. Now, I ain't going to bore you with that today, unless you got a minute. I'll put it on here. You can watch it or not. Maybe my camera will shut off, and then I don't have to worry about it. Come right over here. Put you on that vise right there. You can see me. Can you see me? Are you watching? Yeah, I'm sure you are. Everybody's watching. That was loud. Now, getting this perfectly centered and cleaning it all up and making sure I get a fancy weld is not my concern today. I just need a functioning tool. Now, I can adjust it with this. I can feel which sides are longer and shorter. Again, it's not critical. Tighten that up a little bit. Grab our welder. I don't know what it's set at. Does it matter? Can a good welder just weld at any setting? I don't know. We're gonna find out if I can weld it. All right, wherever it's at, here we go. Where's my handle at? I lost it. Where'd it go? Here it is. Found it. Found it. Here. So we'll just weld that nut there. We'll have us a tool. That wasn't the right setting. Little more juice, Fred. Oh yeah, great. Don't worry about that. That ain't gonna hurt nothing. One more time. I probably should have cleaned it up a little bit. By God, they don't look too bad. Now I don't want to touch it. I don't have any pliers handy. But I wasn't. Hey, look, I got this right here. I bet that'll hold it just for a second, right? We'll just rotate that around 180. Don't you dare fall. Look at that. Looks like I knew what I was doing. Finish welding up. Good enough for what it's for. Piece of cake. That's still hot though, isn't it? You still watching? I'm still talking. You know how bad I want to just grab that? I know better. I sure know right. What do you think? It's gonna work, isn't it? I don't care what it looks like. It don't look bad. Welds are decent. So all it's got to do is hold. 55 pounds of torque. I don't know, whatever I'm going to torque it at. I'm not going to look torque specs up because I don't care. Well, there it is. You watch me make a tool. Let's let that cool off. I'm going to leave that there right there. All right, what else we got? I don't know. We ought to call it a day. What do you think? You've seen enough? You've seen half my shop twice over. All my junk everywhere. I'll take you over here to 71 Sneaky Tricks before we go. Tell you I had a good time. Appreciate you coming. If you have any other suggestions or you have any questions, I try to answer video questions the same day if I can. But farming got me way behind. YouTube's changed how they notify me and stuff. So I apologize if I didn't answer your question. Feel free to ask it twice, re-comment. I don't know. I'm going to answer you if you ask me a question. And I'll try to do it as soon as I can. I apologize for any waiting you have to do on that and your patience. So until next time, we're coming. We're getting back into the rhythm. Bear with me, would you? I'm having fun. All right, I'll have some more good stuff for you next week. Let's see how many times I'm going to have to hit this to turn it off. I'm going to go with 3. Last time was 1. All right, here we go. 1,